We're all queens, but I am Queen Elizabeth.
I'm Marius Payton with some breaking news for you right now. Two Fayetteville men have pled guilty to charges stemming from the burning of the Market House in Fayetteville. This happened back in May. Now, according to court documents, Charles Pittman and Andrew Garcia-Smith took part in that burning. Pittman was seen on video carrying a gasoline container to the second story of the building, waving it around and pouring gasoline on the floor inside. A City of Fayetteville employee then saw him run out of the building. Now, Garcia-Smith was seen on video picking up a bottle of flammable liquids and throwing it into the Market House. However, the liquid then spilled back onto himself, and he set himself on fire. You see that right there. Pittman has pled guilty to malicious burning of a building and inciting a riot. Garcia-Smith pled guilty to malicious burning of a building. They both face mandatory minimum sentences of 5 years.
Hey y'all, it's Lizzie Yayo with Keepin in the Bando. And I want to start off with saying Happy New Year. It is 2023. And we're starting off this season with season 3. In year 2020, the world was at a full blast of different emotions. We had COVID, had us on lockdown. We had riots. We had killings. We had survival. We had just so much going on at the time, and I'm honored to have this guest on the show, a friend of mine, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey everybody, my name is Andrew Garcia-Smith. I'm a native from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
And I'm thankful. I'm thankful. You're also Golden Bull, ain't you?
Always, 1800 block, you know it.
Period.
You know. MMM.
Okay. And you contributed a lot to the school.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Tell the people what all you did with E. Smith and for E. Smith.
I was in the band, Magnificent Marching Machine. Yes, sir. I was on the drum line, Stick 5 Dogs.
You would have thought he was the mascot. Okay, he was at everything.
Everything. I try to put my hands in everything, dabble a little here and there, but yeah, everything.
And how do you think like that may have started for you? Like, what gave you that oomph to even participate in the culture at Smith?
Well, Fayetteville State Homecoming Parade. When I was young, and the parade, I would see Smith marching the band, but yeah, like I was saying, Fayetteville State Homecoming Parade. When I watched the bands march, and I would start out playing drum. My mom bought me a drum set, so I always wanted to play the drums. So when I got older, decided to go out, get on the band.
Yeah, you definitely did
my thing. I sure enough did.
Okay, show out. So how was your upbringing? What was it like?
My upbringing was good. I had a lot of great times. Never no bad moments. It was always fun time, good time. My family, they crazy, real crazy. I mean, they crazy. So, I mean, it was a lot of good time, good upbringing. Yeah.
You have a lot of family here?
So, man, it's a lot of them,
Now, I know that's...
Family unit, I know one year, we closed out the Coliseum. Had a family unit at the Coliseum, closed it out. Too many people.
Did you see any familiar faces while you were at your reunion?
A lot, yeah.
That you didn't even think that was your family?
Oh, it was a whole bunch of them. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of them. A lot of them.
That's dope.
But that reunion was a long time ago. So, yeah, but it was a lot of them.
Right. Yeah, because I know that you had mentioned that you had the mayor that is a cousin of yours. Yes. And you was like, oh, dang, I didn't even know that was your cousin.
Yeah, he's my cousin.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really dope. So, with me having you here today, it's generally to for the people that want to know your perspective, what you were feeling, how the fire got caught at the market house, what was the inspiration for that to go and to be to put you in that position. So that day, tell us how your day was going. The moment you woke up.
As soon as I woke up, open eyes.
As soon as you opened your eyes. Everything.
Woke up. Let's see, I reached for the phone. Everybody got to grab their phone.
No, we don't even know we breathing yet, right?
Yeah, got to reach phone, looked at it, check it, got up, went, took a shower, got on, came back, got ready. Didn't eat breakfast, I knew I was gonna eat at the place. But went to work. I was working at a catering business. And went there. So throughout working, around lunchtime, is when I got on Facebook, and I was scrolling on Facebook, and I seen everybody was posting meet up at Walmart on Skybo. And so on Skybo, you see everybody marching, everybody out there, cameras and all.
And shout out to King Jones for actually being one of the leaders, or if leader,
Yes.
of that peaceful protest.
Yes.
I was blessed to be a part of that. I made sure that my child was even involved, so that she knew, hey, this is what we do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so watching it, then I had to go back into work. It was long, or whatever, but got off of work, went to my aunt's house. Then that's when we decided to go, me and my cousin decided to go downtown, because it started at Walmart, but then they went from Walmart on Skybo to downtown. So ended up at downtown. By the time I got to downtown, everybody was already there. So, well, it was already on fire. Market was already on fire. Everybody was surrounded. Everybody was doing their thing, I guess. And a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings was involved. And everything just happened so fast. And just got caught up in the moment.
Yeah, and as humans, that's what happens.
Yeah.
So, is this something that you've always been a part of, as far as being an advocate for Black Lives Matter?
I was an advocate, but I was in the back line. I was in the back end. I wasn't out
In forefront.
Yeah, I was out in the forefront, but that brought me out. So yeah.
And then,
It really did bring me out.
yeah, it brought you out. You was
yeah.
outside.
Yeah, I was out there.
You was outside.
I was out there.
You had so much things going on. We had George Floyd.
Yeah.
You know, God rest his soul, and blessings and prayers up to the family, because I know that's something that people deal with on a daily basis, losing a loved
I know
one.
this girl. That was her cousin. I just spoke to her, and she said that was her cousin. So she said his kids are very taken care of. So yeah.
Amen. Amen. Because there's children that are involved in actions that people do, you know, and there's always consequences to the actions that we do. We had people all over the country, all over the world,
Yes.
that they either had been a coincidence, or, you know, we had Russia. Russia was going through their protests.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had just everybody. South America was even,
Yeah.
you know, protesting. It was just humongous, the biggest in the world.
Protests everywhere.
In the world, and for you to be a part of that, how does that make you feel?
Grateful that I was part of something that's bigger than how they trying to put it, but it's more, and it should be bigger, because it's not recognized, and as it should be recognized. So that situation brought it out more, and brought more to the forefront than ever, as far as here in Fayetteville. But that led to, from my understanding, it led to more, but it was, how to say it, it helped a lot of people. It reached more grounds and more levels to reach out to more people and bring a lot of people closer together.
So how many, like you've had, like you said, there was people from all different places. What are some places that the people that reached out to you, that was there for you in your time?
Oh man, I had somebody wrote me a letter from Washington. Somebody wrote me from Maine. I mean, all over the United States. Never met them, never talked to them, but they reached out to me. And that helped me. They put money on my books. They sent me books. They sent me letters. And that helped me get through prison. But yeah, that helped a lot. 'Cause I wrote them back. I still keep in touch with them. Let them know how I'm doing. But yeah, it was a lot of people I never met. And I got a lot. I have a whole bag full of letters.
That support was beautiful.
Yes.
Love.
I had this one lady, she wrote me a 4-page letter, and she drew on the side of the paper, she drew my face, and then she drew her face of what she looked like. She said, in the letter, she said she wanted to visualize who she's writing to. And so that's where the drawing comes in. And that did it for me. I was like, oh man, this girl took the time to draw me and her. It's crazy. And it was accurate too. And she just said, she brushed it off. She was like, this is just a rough draft or whatever. But the way she drew it, it was me and it was her. So, can't remember her name. I gotta go back, but yeah.
That's good. That's love, because there's so many people that's incarcerated at this time where they wish they had somebody that would write them, you know, to give them that high hopes, that spirit, you know, that you're not alone.
Yes.
So during the riot, or the protest, we'll say protest, what gave you the to grab that gallon?
That's a very good question. It was a lot of emotions. And it was needing change, needing to be recognized, and all that built in thoughts or whatever. But a lot of emotions was all out there, not just mine, but everybody. So everybody's sharing their emotions and what was going on.
And so you grabbed it, you started walking up the steps.
Nah, it was already up there.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, it was already up there. Yeah.
So tell us your journey about how that even transpired. You walking up there, running up there.
Yeah. What happened was, I went up the steps. It was a water jug, that big, and it had that much gas in it, and it had a washcloth or a rag or whatever at the top. It was on fire, and the steps or whatever was on fire. But try to stomp it out. You can see on videos, you see me stomping it out, and then when I picked it up, I tried to throw it, but I thought I threw it from the side. But on the videos, it see me throwing it over. So as it was coming up, gas was falling on me. And it happened so fast. So when I got up in, the gas fell on me and I just got completely on fire. All this was on fire. So all I did was ran down the steps, jumped and ran down the steps and got on the ground and got stomped out.
Stomped out. So they was like,
oh man, they stomped me clean. But they got me out, but I still felt the heat. And somebody's, all I could do was hear the people. I couldn't see nobody. But I heard them said I was still on fire. So they stomped me out again. Finally got me out. That's when this guy, I do not know who he is. But, and I don't know his name. But this guy saved me from that and from the crowd. Because after that, they put me out. He came and put a towel over my head. And he was moving people out the way. And he walked me from the market house all the way to, I think it was either the courthouse parking lot or the subway or whatever in that parking lot. It was one of them parking lots. He walked me all the way over there. So, again, on the steps, there was different fires, everybody throwing, just catching on fire. But then it'll light up, but then it goes out. And so when somebody got a jug and they put it up there, they threw it up there first, and it caught on fire, but then the bottle stood up, and it went out. So they kept trying to put it on fire. And then eventually it did catch on fire, but then it went out. So then when I went out there, it was the steps, and the area was still on fire. So again, I was trying to put it out to throw it in the water, but it didn't end like that. What ended up was the gas. I picked it up, thought I threw it a certain way, didn't happen like that. Videos will prove that. Threw it overhanded, so the gas, as soon as picking it up, because by this time it was leaking out because it had a hole in it, so the gas is falling on me. So all this, all the way up, is getting gas and catching on fire. So then when I threw it, most of the gas fell on me, caught on fire, tried to put it out, couldn't, jumped and ran down the steps, got stomped out.
got stomped out.
Got stomped out. It was hot. It was hot. It was hot. It was burning too.
They say that's the worst way to go out, is fire.
Yeah. And I almost died because I inhaled the smoke and the flames. And it burned some of the inside up. So, yeah.
So how did you survive that?
Thank God all them people that stomped me out. That's why I saved me. Them people stomping me out. And that one particular guy that took me from the crowd. I wish I know who he was. I still got that towel. Still got it. But.
So when he took you from the crowd, how did that go? Because I know it was so many people out there.
Yeah, it was chaotic. It was so many people following us. And they were saying that I was their hero. I'm going to be a legend. I'm going to be this, and that. And I'm hearing them, but I'm not taking it in at that time. So.
Yeah, because you're burning, you're hot.
Yeah. Oh, man. The worst feeling ever. But I hear him talking. I hear other people talking, but I mostly hear him talking. He say, yo, you're going to be all right. I got you. I'm with you, man. Can you move? Can you walk? Can you still walk? He was guiding me to my sister and her boyfriend car, and he made sure I got that. He made sure the crowd didn't overcrowd us until we got to the car, because he was telling them as soon as we was getting close, he was like, yo, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna take him or whatever. He kept fanning out the crowd and did it all the way to the car. He made sure I got in the car, and he left me. He asked, did we want him to follow us? And he talked to my sister and her boyfriend or whoever, and they say it was all right. We got it from there, but wish I knew his name. I wish I knew.
So if you're watching this because this is an exclusive. Because again, like I said, I'm honored to have you on Keepin' It Bando. So if you're out there and you know who you are, find him on social media. You know, help support as big as you did. You know, we're thankful. This is a friend of mine.
I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful.
Yes. Everyone's lives matter.
And thank you for all the people that stomped me out.
So after that, what did you do?
After we left from there?
Mm-hmm.
After we left from there, my sister, we went back to my sister's house to trade cars. Got in her car and she took me to the hospital in Hope County.
Why so far and why not just Cape Fear?
Everybody knows about Cape Fear
Valley.
Valley. Everybody knows about Cape Fear Valley. They do injustice. Let's say that. But when I got there, they took me in right there because they see the burns and stuff on me. So they took me into the back right there. They didn't wait. But I was there for a while, though. I was there. And I ended up leaving from there.
What did they do to you while you were there?
Mostly take my vitals and stuff. Same thing they did. What they would do on the ambulance, just took my vitals, check the stuff, try to bandage it up, but they didn't really bandage nothing up. They just band-aided.
So what type of injuries did you succumb from that?
I don't know if you can see it on camera, but burns up my arm. I got a burn right, a little one, but it's right on my side. My face, my ears, all this was burned up. I mean, it's clear now. If you look at me, you can't tell that was me, unless you know it was me or whatever. But yeah, it was me. It was me.
God is good.
Yes, always, always, always.
So after you left from that hospital, they didn't do too much for you?
Nah, they transported me to the burning center in Chapel Hill.
Oh, so it's not that they couldn't. They just couldn't. It was just too much for them to deal with.
Yes. So they transported me to Chapel Hill, the burning center, and I stayed there. That's when they doctored me up. They scrubbed them little burn things. Them things hurt too. Oh my God, them things hurt. I was still on fire. That's how it felt. But all that, and I only came out with second-degree burns.
Amen.
That's it. That's it. And
how long were you in the hospital for?
I say about like a week and a half, but mostly like a week.
What they have you in there for after just having to, clean it up? Like, what I know you said you were taking in a lot of smoke.
They was doing vitals. They kept checking on to see how the inside of my inhaling the fire and the smoke and stuff, how my insides react. If they can do, I went through a lot of CAT scans, a lot of shots and taking blood and I know all that, and a lot of cleaning. And then eventually, because they were talking about either one or two things, either cutting a piece of my skin to put on there or pig skin. So I ain't want to get cut up. So I went with the pig skin. The pig skin.
You can't even tell that's pig. Let me see. Bring it over here some more.
Nah, the pig skin fell off. This is my skin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my actual
say,
skin.
Damn, that shit look good.
They put the pig skin on top of all that.
Okay.
But this was the only area they put it in. All that. So it covered all that. And then eventually it fell off. But it was pig skin.
And what did that look like?
Oh, it was nasty. It was ugly looking. Yeah, my God, it was nasty.
But they had it covered in bandages? Or it was just like, okay, it was pig skin?
Nah, they bandaged it, kept it bandaged and have to clean it up every 8 hours to 12 hours, had to clean it up.
A lot of medication, I take it.
A lot of medication.
How long was you on fire for? Like, how long did you feel like you were burning?
Oh, it seemed like it forever. Forever, because it was that much. Like, when I caught on fire, I could see the fire, but I couldn't see past the fire. And after a while went out, it still felt like I was on fire. Burning the whole time. Even at the doctor, I still felt burning. After I left the hospital and at Chapel Hill, still felt like I was on fire. It was that much. And they was like, they gave me medication for the burning. I took about 8 to 10 medications. Nope. 8 to 12 medications. And everyone was different. But it was a lot. It was a lot. And
so what happened when you was at the hospital in Chapel Hill?
oh, I ate.
Other than eating.
I ate good. As far
You
as
had visitors?
no visitors. Only family came. That was it. But mostly everybody was trying to contact me over the phone, over Facebook or whatever. But I won't really try to talk to nobody.
Had people caught wind of who you were at that time?
Some people that really know it was me, yeah, they messaged me and it was like, was that you or was it you? At first, I was lying. I ain't gonna say it, like, I was lying. I was saying that wasn't me. I don't know who that was. But I knew it was gonna come out. Some people that really know me or whatever, I did tell them it was me. Cause they like, we know that was you. But I was just telling everybody that wasn't me, so I ain't got everybody contacted, which everybody was trying to contact me, but I wasn't really trying to talk to nobody.
So you left the hospital. What happened next?
I went home. I was still feeling like I was on fire. I tried to stay out the light. Cause when I went home, they told me I had to wear a hat. I had to wear a mask. I had to be covered up. I couldn't no sunlight get on it. Then I didn't want to be seen by a lot of people. Cause seeing what social media, all the comments and stuff that was made, the videos and the memes and whatever. Yes, I was a meme.
What kind of meme they had you
Man,
on?
they had me on a picture one
You're gonna
side.
have to find that and put that in here too.
And they had another one, Alicia Keys, and the picture was singing, "This guy's on fire."
This just because it's my friend, I can laugh, okay?
So that was the biggest major one, was Alicia Keys on fire.
No, that's so crazy.
Then it was another picture where somebody made me in Street Fighters, and I was fighting against Ken O'Reilly, and they shot a in my face.
But how they said, are you guys?
And they shot it in my face.
Shut the freaking door.
Hey.
Oh, my friend.
There was another one, but it was the same one, Street Fighters, and Dawson, the one that stretched or whatever. They got him blowing fire in my face.
Now people are being comical about something so serious.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean,
Make
it was
light of the
serious.
situation.
Yeah, it was at the time. Oh, it pissed me off. But I look at it. It's funny. It's funny now.
Right.
But yeah, I just thank God that I came out of my life.
Amen.
And don't look like it.
Right. God is good. I was thinking as you were mentioning about that gentleman that helped you was like an angel.
Yes.
Because it's like when people tell these type of stories, they're like, I don't know who this person is. They just came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
And he did, but I don't know who he was, and I wish I did.
Hopefully
Who
you'll
is
find
he?
him. Maybe he'll find you.
I hope so,
That would be
because
nice.
I want to get to know him, because that brother saved my life. He did.
So you had your memes, and we all know here in Fayetteville when things go on, they would put it out there where people make comments and stuff. Because I kind of seen a couple of the comments. I read all the comments because I'm nosy, okay? I'm nosy. So I'm like, oh, I know they're not talking about my friend. I know you may have seen it.
Yeah.
It was like 482 comments.
Yeah, man. It be your own people.
How did that make you feel? Knowing that these people, because we have a lot of mutual friends, they were there with you if they needed you. That you were there because you always were that friend.
Yes.
How did that make you feel?
Oh, I was pissed. I was pissed, but at the same time, I look at it as whatever. I mean, I expected it because I know who I am, and I know that you know who I am and what I did for you and for everybody else. So it's like, man, whatever. I know what I did, and I'm not the type of person that goes on and says, oh, well, you did this and said this to me, but now I can expose you, which I can expose a lot of people, lots of people, but I'm not that person. It's not me.
Right. So after that, you said you went home. So you went home. How did that go? What was that like for you, other than your healing process?
Keeping myself sheltered from society.
Because it was already going through COVID at the time.
Yes.
We had 8 p.m. Shutdown. Everybody had to be in the house, a curfew.
Yes. I did want to go out, but I just didn't want to be seen. So when I did have to go out, covered up, put on a full mask, put on the hat, covered up. Cause my hair was burnt, and so I had to get it cut.
Where was it burnt? Where was it burnt? Like you had all your
all
hair?
this in the back and on the side, and some at the top was burnt. So I had.
So
it
was off. It was gone.
Nah, it wasn't gone.
It was just short.
Yeah, it's short.
So I had sizzled it.
So I had to get it cut evenly, so it grow back. But,
lucky you got good hair, nigga.
Yes,
I would have been still growing hair right now. Amen.
Yes,
Okay.
amen. Yeah, it's going back.
It wouldn't even tell. I hate good hair people. I get on my nerves. Gotta buy mine. You over here just freely cutting his hair, you know. No, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Yeah, I do. You know, it's coming. You pulling it down. But my bad. Go ahead.
Babe, I just want to get out, but I just didn't want to be seen. Not only because of the situation, but at the time again, it was because of the comments. And I just didn't want a lot of people in my face. Oh, you was the person at the time. You the person or ha, this is. Because me, I know how I am. My attitude gets that. And I didn't want that. So I tried to stay in as long as I could.
And how was it having to deal with knowing your appearance is different? Because that's a whole nother journey on in its own. Did you think that you would be coming back to your normal self?
At the time, no, I didn't. Because my face was so burned up. All this was burned up. I didn't know if it was going to be the same or it's going to be a whole scar. So I was just going, if it was, I was just going to wear a mask for the rest of my life every time I go out. But it started healing, and I started getting my skin and stuff back. So yeah. Even then when I was getting my skin and healing and stuff, I still wore a mask because I still didn't want to be seen. Didn't want to be seen. And I don't bend out. The times that I go out and I see people that I know, went to school with, grew up with, and walk right past them, or they can be right in and I be near them, but they won't know it's me. But I know it's them, and I won't say nothing to them.
Did anybody come to visit you, check on you?
Yes, one person did.
Who was that? Who was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
my friend.
My friend.
Yes, it was my friend. Yeah.
I was scared. I was scared when I seen that. I was like, because unfortunately everybody deals with that, you know. But when you have a good friend, you know, that has always had your back, give you encouraging words, and you see that, man, what happened? Are they okay? I wanted to make sure he was alive. You know what I'm saying? And when I found out that you were, I just definitely had to make my way over there.
Yeah, you came through. Everybody else, again, they was writing me or whatever. And then I won't even answering a lot of people. I just let it, look at it and let it sit there. But yeah, you came through.
I had to.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I'm a good friend, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm friend. I'm like, okay. Now I got to get it together because I got to be strong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, so you're at home, you're healing. So there's something that had to come about for people to know or the laws to get involved.
Yes, while I was in the burn center, the marshals came and they asked me questions. I lied to them, told them a different story, kept telling them it wasn't me, but then they was like, we know it was you, pictures or video, got phone calls, anonymous people calling in saying it was you. So just tell us the real story. So then I end up telling them the real story of what happened. And after that, I didn't hear from them. And normally when that happens, when you get out, you expect it to get out in custody, but that didn't happen. And they didn't know when I was getting out either, so that was another thing. And then when I got home, it was like I said, it was about a week and a half, I was home. And then the marshals called me, and they was like, we need to talk to you. We want to talk about what happened. We need you to come down to the station. So I couldn't right now because I'm waiting on my medication to come. And my sister called me, and she was like, the marshals or whatever is calling for you. You need to call them. And I didn't call them right at that time because I was waiting on medication. And I was in pain. I was in a lot of pain. So I was gonna call them, but I won't call them that time. So then my sister, mother, brought the marshals to the house. She showed them where I stayed at, brought them over. And
you had a reward going out for you at that time, right?
Yeah, it was what? It was $1,000 at first. Then it went up to, I think, $5,000 or somewhere in between $1,000 and $5,000.
Shit, I ain't even do that. You know what I'm saying? It came up. No, I'm just playing with you.
But they said, well, people around the neighborhood, they after I left from the house with them, they told the family that they had the neighborhood and that area blocked off. So they had somebody at every corner just in case I ran off.
Dang.
Where was I gonna go?
Now the marshals don't play y'all.
Nah.
Like you got the feds, the marshals, they come in deep.
So where was I gonna go? I wasn't trying to run. I'm not a runner. So
he's a good guy, guys.
Yes,
he's a good guy.
So went with them, followed them to the station, and I was there for 2, 3, 4 hours tops. And eventually I left from there and went to Raleigh jail. I forgot the name of it, but
so they took you. So did you go up there? Or they came, they got you, took you
the
to...
marshal that came to my house was the same marshal that took me to Raleigh jail. So yeah.
So you didn't get processed here in Fayetteville?
No, didn't get processed.
Because it's a federal offense.
Went to there. When I got there, they put me in a medical unit, and I was there for about a week.
They were taking good care of you?
No, not really. They did what they did, but no, they could have done better. I say that, a lot better. My ended up having a court day. They released me for federal probation. When to go, I had to report to probation the next day, which I got the ankle monitor, and I was at what it was supposed to be for 90 days until court day. So the whole time, in between time, I was still going to court, and then eventually it was getting closer to the time for the sentencing, and went on ahead and came and got me. Went to court was in Wilmington, so went all the way to Wilmington to go to court. I think the judge's name was Judge Myers. I gotta look at it on the paperwork again, but he was a good judge. He was kind of a new judge, but he was a good judge. He was a fair judge. When they locked me up, between all that time, I went from, because I had to go to Cumberland County, I had to go to here so they could transport me. So I was only here for a day or two. Then Bladen County came and got me. So I was in Bladen County for a while. Then I left from there and went to Northern Neck, DC, Virginia area. I was there. That's why I was locked up with the people from that Trump supporting Capitol. When they stormed, the people that stormed the Capitol, I was locked up with them.
And how was that?
That was very interesting.
What did you learn from that situation?
Oh man, how stupid they was. And they even call themselves stupid. They regret everything they did. And the main question that was asked constant all the time was, what made you go up there? And this guy named DJ, he was one of the people that was up there. And he told us that him and some other people got in about 3 or 4 vans and traveled from California all the way to the Capitol. And again, the question is, what made you go up there? And the answer was, because Trump told us to. That was the answer. Then the second question, why? What was y'all planning on doing when he told y'all to go up there? Oh, we don't know. We just went up there because Trump told us to. So y'all went out there with nothing, no mission, no nothing, but because one person told y'all to meet y'all and go up there. And he wasn't even there. He was not even there, but y'all was there. And then when they got there, he said everybody had different groups, organizations, and all that stuff. So then they was picking on what group to follow. And then when it actually went to storming the Capitol, because I was in Bladen County when it happened, and we watching it on the news. And they storming the Capitol and all that. But he was one of the ones, I don't know if I could talk about his case or whatever, but he's a big major factor in what happened at that Capitol.
That's amazing. So it's like people that did things of that nature ended up in the same facility, pretty much.
When I
or it was
there,
just a coincidence, or that's just what they do because it's such a big.
Yeah, because I mean it's right there. Northern Neck is right there, D.C., Virginia area. So a lot of them went there before they got transported to wherever they went. But it was a big group of them.
Now they said that in some of the protests for the Black Matters, they had different groups too.
Yes.
Like what? I know that being that you practically sacrificed your life for the cause, that may have came up with in questioning
about the different organizations. Yeah, it came up, but I knew none of them. I didn't know any of them. Never talked to them, never seen them. I just know it was different organizations, different groups or whatever. Because the law asked me, have I known anybody? But no, I didn't.
No, I know you did. You know what I'm saying? We just
it was a lot of people. Yeah, it was a lot of people out there, but even they said they would show me pictures of stuff with different people, and they were saying that they had people coming from other states and other counties. Then they said they start a riot, do the buildings and stuff, and then they leave while the process is going on, the riots and stuff going on, and they go somewhere else and do it somewhere else. But they asked me, did I know that? No, never met them. Asked me, did I know other people that was involved in the Walmart and the mall and all them other break-ins and stuff. Never knew nothing. I was in the hospital bed. How would I know anybody out there? So, nah, I know nobody.
Yeah, man, that's really crazy. Like how they look at somebody when they're doing something, or just because they have their own cause, and they try to tag on so many other things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people go through that daily, you know, and that's just unfortunate situation. So once you left from Bladen, what was next?
Northern Neck. Northern Neck. That's where I met the riot, the Trump supporters, the Capitol people. I won't call them that. The Capitol people.
Capitol people.
The Capitol people. That's where I met them at. And it was a big group of them.
So if you were just on probation, how did things change? Because it just changed rapidly like that. Because I know you had a lot of people that was there supporting you. You had the NAACP.
Yes.
What different organizations helped you?
At the time, I didn't.
Gave you that support.
At the time, I didn't know a lot of them. When the time that I started finding out all the different organizations, I was in prison when they was writing letters and telling me what organization they from or where they from and all that. So, and then my lawyer, Miss Sonia Allen, she's a very good lawyer. She's still my lawyer. They was contacting her, and she would give them information, but then when they go look for me, they still couldn't find me. But I was at the place where she told me I was at. Even with some of the family that was calling, they said that I wasn't there. And then the people at the jailhouse I was at told them I wasn't there.
So you were pretty much lost in the system.
I wouldn't say lost. They
had in the eyes of the people.
Yeah, they had me locked. They had my case locked.
So you was being protected.
Yeah, I was being protected. So, but the ones that did get through it, eventually they opened it up when I got in prison. But I can't remember the organization. It was a lot different ones, a lot of them, and they reached out. Grateful for them, really grateful, because they showed up helping me out through that.
I know that could be like with your mental. Like, what were you thinking throughout all of this?
Survival. Prison is not a good place. It's a tough place to be at. Real tough place. If you ain't strong enough, you're not gonna make it. Definitely not gonna make
So do you think that changed you?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It changed. They said one or two things. You either come out gay or you come out crazy. I'm definitely ain't gonna be gay.
Right, but you was already crazy.
Yeah, I'm already crazy. So it made me crazy. But besides all that, came out.
Like crazy in like what type of way?
Let's see, prison builds character. Builds character.
That sounds like a rehabilitation word. They had you in classes?
You can take classes. You can take programs.
That sounds like a program.
Yeah, they'll tell you get in programs, get in classes, and they'll help you shorten your days or whatever, but it'll help you.
Rehabilitation, yeah. At its finest.
But yeah, besides them programs and stuff, you're gonna build some kind of character in the prison. You got to survive. It was tough in there. It was tough. But I had my boys with me though. Yeah, my boys. Yeah.
So you was good.
Oh, I was good. I was great. Yeah.
And I know having people sending you mail and everything kept you afloat.
Yeah, it did.
That's good.
Read a lot of books. That's my pastime too, reading books. They got tired of me reading books.
Man, now you get tired of somebody else reading.
Because I was already reading. Well, won't nothing else to do besides what? Work out, eat, sleep, go to the yard, or read. That's it.
How long did it take for your skin to heal?
Five to 6 months.
All right. So you was at court. You did everything that they needed. They got from them, or they got from you. You gave them whatever was needed. But you wasn't the only person that was involved.
Nah, there was this other guy. Well, me and him are the only two that got locked up for it. I wouldn't have been locked up, but they used me as an example. So me being an example locked me up, because that's what they used me as, an example to everybody else. So, but he got locked up for the actual thing. I got locked up as being an example.
And how does that make you feel, being the example for such a situation?
Oh, I was pissed. Still pissed. Because everybody, even a lot of the lawyers, a lot of government people even said that I should never been seen any prison time or whatever. That probation, I should have just got probation. My only charge it wasn't setting the building on fire, doing whatever. My only charge was aiding and abetting. That's my only charge. And that's why I should have never seen any prison. But because of the mayor writing the letter, good old mayor.
The mayor of Fayetteville?
Mayor of Fayetteville. Wrote a letter. And so I seen prison time. And a lot of people was pissed because I was in prison. Lots of people. But yeah.
Yeah, I know that they ended up taking this, I guess, waving their white flag, the government, here in Fayetteville, where they were, I'm not going to so much say let the riots happen, but not harm the people, where they were kneeling, and they were behind the cars, and like it seemed like around that time where everything calmed.
Yeah, after that, that's what I heard too. After that situation, you ain't hear nothing else. Everything
just went away.
Yeah.
and that it makes me think like, okay, a lot of people, they're taking their stance, and because not only was it George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter going on, but they had people feeling unjust by the government.
Yes.
You know, and especially here in Fayetteville, and for them to have took that meal, I like definitely got to say thank you for doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Because you showed the people that you could be a bigger person, you know, and to help them and to understand where they're coming from as well.
Yes.
Because everybody has feelings, and communication and understanding is everything.
Yes. Gotta have that understanding.
And you, sir, you were a big part of that.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. I still, like I said, the people that wrote me in prison, I still talk to them and reach out to them. We still have conversations. But yeah, everything's good.
So now that you are in the history books, because you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Definitely in the history books.
You know, what are you going to do with your gift? I say your gift, your name, who you are, what you stand for. What's your next?
I'm going to continue to stand on what I believe. Continue to stand for and do what I can. But I can no longer, what they say, I can no longer be anywhere near riots. Because they said if there's a riot start, they automatically coming to me. Automatic.
So you're like the Martin Luther King.
Yeah, I'm not Martin Luther King.
Like, you know, like Martin Luther King, or what's the other guy's name? Y'all, Malcolm X.
Yeah,
You're the Malcolm X of 2020.
I'm not at that level, but I'm like,
you know, you're up there somewhere, man. You did that. You took your stand, man.
Yeah,
that was your life was almost gone. You almost had us sitting up here crying for you.
Yeah, but they said if any more riots, and they said that in court. They said that a lot of times. Any more riots, and they automatically coming to me. No matter where I'm at, they automatically gonna come to me because of that.
You made such a huge impact.
Yes. Yeah.
So now you're home, you know.
Finally. I'm glad to be home too, man.
You got your kids.
Yes, my babies.
How did it feel seeing your family and your kids? Because they were small. They got some age up and high up on them.
My baby, she just turned 7. December 29th. And she thinks she owns me already. She thinks she my parent.
She do.
Yeah.
They all do.
Y'all girls do that to y'all dad.
You know, someone.
Yeah. But yeah, she bossy. Yeah, that girl mean too. That little girl mean. Matter of fact, this little girl right here. That little girl right there, Mariana. That little girl mean.
Is that your only child?
Nah, that's not my other child. I got other kids, my boys and stuff, but that's a whole.
That's the girl. Yeah, the girl.
Yeah, that's the baby girl. She tried her best to run everything. She's bossy.
That's all right.
She's bossy.
She's a life changer.
Yes, she is.
She's just like her dad.
She definitely is. Definitely is.
Man,
definitely
is there anything that you want to tell to your supporters?
Thank you for everything. Thank you for carrying me throughout the journey of my prison term. And even still now, I thank you. I appreciate you. Everybody, all the organizations, everybody that sent me, everybody that helped, everybody still talking. My buddy right here.
No.
I know.
You know, I ain't no hugger. You know, I'm mean.
Oh, well, she.
I'm nicer now. Yeah.
Now she is. Back then, I couldn't do that.
Right.
I took my head off.
Do you have any words of wisdom for the people?
Fight for what you believe in, stick and stand by what you believe in. Just believe in yourself. Get you through. And if you need help, don't be afraid. Ask people help, because a lot of people out here, a lot of organizations that's gonna stand behind you.
Do you want to give your social media so that they can reach out to you? Not yet.
Yes. Yeah. Give it out.
You ready?
Give it out. Yeah.
Look, he ready now.
Facebook is Andrew Garcia-Smith. Instagram, the same name, Andrew Garcia-Smith. I got Twitter, but I can't get on that. I gotta get on emails and do all this stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Andrew Garcia-Smith.
Right. So make sure you guys tap in with Andrew Garcia-Smith. Show support, keep supporting, keep believing in what you believe in, and never stop growing, never stop learning, and stay inspired.
Yes.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Always.
Again here with Lizzie Ayo, season 3 with Keepin in the Bando. And we outside. No.